Welcome back. In the previous part, we should have actually made it so the gate down there is open. And we would be heading off in that direction now and heading out into the desert towards Drake's Fang. But there's some side quests to do, so let's have a word with Sava here.
Perhaps Forge Master Luber's having fun at my expense.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Neither would I. Oh, wait. Are you Clive? Sorry, my mind was elsewhere. I'm Sava, Master Luber's least accomplished apprentice. Soon to be former apprentice if I don't pass this test. Maybe I'm just not the resourceful type. People are buying up weapons faster than the Briar's Kiss can forge them, and here I am, unable to make a decent bit of kitchenware. He wants me to make a carving knife, one that embodies the spirit of Dalamil. Whatever that's supposed to mean. I don't suppose you have any idea what he's on about, do you?
I'm afraid not.
Never mind. Thought I'd ask. It was that or pack my bags.
Well, it's time for you to start packing your bags. Or I could, maybe give you a hand.
I could give you a hand if you like. I know how busy the Briar's Kiss has been, and that Lubor needs all the capable hands he can find.
I'd be a fool to refuse.
So, where do we start?
Good question. If I'm honest, I've never made any kind of knife before. And then there's this little riddle to keep in mind. The spirit of Dalamil. Nothing is ever simple with that man.
The way I see it, there's only one way we'll be solving Lubor's puzzle. We need information. The more the better.
You're right. There's no point fumbling in the dark, I suppose. Now, who to speak to first? Well, there's plenty of folk in Dalamil who use knives for a living. There's the butcher, of course, and any number of cooks. They're bound to have an opinion or two about the tools of their trade. All right. I think we have a plan. Let's get to it, shall we? I'll talk to every cook I can find. You speak to the butcher, and anyone else you can think of.
All right. Good luck.
Let's hope that someone says something useful.
So who else other than the butcher? Huh. Lubor himself?
Trust Lubor to take a simple test and turn it into a riddle. I'd better get to it.
So where's the butcher?
Take a sniff, good sir.
Needed to a silken softness.
Welcome, sir. What can I do you for?
A question, if you don't mind. I need to know what makes a good carving knife.
You a blacksmith or something?
Something, I suppose.
Fair enough. Knives, is it? First and foremost, it's got to hold an edge. Most knives will make it through fat, no problem, but sinew dulls cheap steel in no time. Give me a blade which can slice through anything that crosses my chopping block, and I'm a happy woman.
So a knife that stays sharp. Makes sense.
Kinda obvious though, isn't it? So where else?
Plates and pots! Bowls and... Hanging lantern!
Ha! They've opened the gate.
Lubor was true to his word.
But as a result of that, I did notice off to the right there. What we got here? Ah, a hunter, of course.
What is it? I'm in no mood for chatter.
Sorry. Do you mind if I ask your trade?
Hunter, why?
I have a question. Can you tell me what makes a good carving knife? I assume you use one out in the field.
Has to be able to put up with some punishment. Can't be dealing with a brittle blade, not while I'm on the hunt. If your knife snaps every time you use it, you'll be spending coin as fast as you make it. Times are hard enough as it is.
Thank you. I won't keep you any longer.
All business, eh? Man after my own heart.
Fair enough then.
So, a carving knife should be hard-wearing and hold an edge. Hardly a revelation. Let's hope Sava had better luck than I did.
Just look at the detail.
Like I said, it's kind of obvious.
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
Yes, they're quite sought after.
The only trouble wandering through that tunnel area there is that everyone's speaking at the same time, and I don't want to add to that and speak over them, so...
So, how'd it go? You learn anything useful, or should I be looking for a new trade?
Only that a blade should be durable and stay sharp. But I don't see how that relates to the spirit of Dalamil.
I didn't have much luck either. All the cook said was that he needs his knives to be light. Too heavy and they do his shoulder in.
So we're no better off than when we started. Perhaps Lubor didn't mean anything with his Dalamil remark. But that can't be right. I've bandied enough words with the man to know that he chooses them carefully. No. We must be missing something. Something right in front of our noses, most likely.
No doubt you're right, but I have to make a start soon. I can't put off making this knife forever.
Agreed. Lubor wouldn't like that much.
Right. I've been trained to work iron. The cheap stuff, mind. But it's hardy enough if you don't hammer it too thin, and it sharpens up nicely with a bit of effort. Trouble is, it's either durable or it's light. Meaning someone is going to be disappointed. Forge Master Lubor, probably.
Is there no one else you can turn to? Someone who knows their metals, perhaps?
The other apprentices know better than to help me with my test. But maybe there is someone I could turn to. A merchant, a favourite of Forge Master Lubor's, who sells metals to tradesmen passing through the Valcroy. I bet she'd know a thing or two.
And where are they? Or over there, apparently. Okay, so there's no obelisk. Chocobo! Good girl.
Come on.
Yeah!
We ride! I like seeing the chocobo tracks here. It shows you how often this road is used. If you could even call it a road. It's definitely a trade route of sorts, though. Right, so where in here? Oh, there. Well done, girl.
Any luck? Or will you be needing help with your bags?
Well, I asked her, but... Oh, you tell him.
If you're looking to make a knife that will impress a master like Lubor, there are options. They're just not that viable. Featherlight adamantite knives will get passed from generation to generation, never needing so much as a lick of the whetstone. But adamantite ore is unique to ash, so it doesn't come cheap.
And it's beyond my skill to handle.
Unique to ash. Are there any materials unique to Dalamil? Something which could be mixed with iron to refine it. Make it lighter.
What are you getting at?
You said that Lubor trained you to work iron. Then that's what he'll expect you to use. But he would have known that it would either be too heavy or too brittle for a carving knife. Perhaps his Dalamil remark wasn't a riddle, but a hint.
If it's cheap metal you're using, then there's always limestone, I suppose. Folk first settled Dalamil to get at her mineral deposits. And, if you know the trick, it can be melted down in the furnace to drive out impurities from low-quality iron.
Bloody hell! That must be it! I don't suppose you know the trick, do you?
It's hardly my speciality, but I've been around enough blacksmiths to know how it works.
Looks like I've got some learning to do. Clive, I hate to ask after all that you've done for me, but
The limestone? Fine. I can hardly abandon you now. Besides, I want to know if this is the answer to Lubor's little riddle.
I can't thank you enough, Clive. You'll have no trouble finding limestone over in the terraces. The place is bloody made of it.
Then I suppose I'll meet you back at the forge.
Right you are. I'll see you shortly.
The terraces.
So, do you crush it up, or just throw it in the furnace?
Well, answer him. Right, so we want to go over here then.
Well, this is no good. I was hoping to get out of the heat for a little while.
Well, you're in the desert, so...
Is it true what I'm hearing?
My carpet?
Take a sniff, good sir.
Kneaded to a silken softness.
Calm down, everyone.
Made from the stoutest stoneware. Hanging lanterns, keep the darkness.
I'm not buying anything. Jeez.
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
Ah, I'm not too late.
What is it, Lubor?
A question that I neglected to ask earlier. Where is it that you're bound?
To Drake's Fang. To finish Hugo Kupka.
Just as I thought. Then allow me to share a secret. Drake's Fang is currently riddled with royalists. Talmeki and Walud are allies, and as you have seen, their soldiers work hand in glove. But no nation has ever before allowed a foreign army to make a barracks of its holiest of holies.
Not by choice, at least.
And there's more. My man on the inside of the Fang has failed to report for several days. I fear there may be more trouble lying in wait for you on the road ahead.
Isn't there always?
If you're determined to beard the lion's den, then promise me one thing. That you will enter via the mines, where the guard is lightest. I've lost one Cid already. If I lose another, people will start to think me careless.
I don't plan on dying. Not before Kupka does, anyway.
Well, so long as you have a plan.
I wouldn't call it a plan, but... So, this is all limestone. I thought it was salt.
Drake's Fang should be just beyond these springs. Shall we press on?
No, we're busy. You know this. Spring lime.
One rock looks a lot like another. But hopefully this is what Sava needs.
Hopefully. Let's use the obelisk to get back very quickly.
Well, this is no good.
Well,
I was hoping.
I wasn't sure how much you'd need, but I hope this is enough.
spring lime.
You are one of the good ones, you know that. You and that merchant both, she's got quite a gift for teaching that one. Now, time to see if limestone is the secret weapon we were hoping for.
Hopefully. Sometime later.
That'll do, I reckon. A knife forged from the very rocks of Dalamil. Her spirit, if you will.
It's a fine-looking blade.
I only hope Master Lubor agrees.
That sounds like my cue. And just as well. I was getting tired of waiting.
I'm sorry, Forge Master Lubor.
Let's take a look then, shall we? First things first, Sava, do you think this is a carving knife worthy of the fine people of Dalamil?
I like to think so. But what do you think?
What do I think indeed? It's sharp-ish, but it won't last long with hard use. And it's heavy, heavier than it should be. You might not think it just to hold it for a moment, but sell that to a cook and you'll never hear the end of it. It looks like someone paid a visit to the terraces. The limestone was a step in the right direction, granted, but one that still leaves you short of the mark.
And I was so certain I had it all worked out.
I don't know who you found to teach you that little trick, but it certainly shows initiative. Next question. How much do you think I would charge if I'd made this?
Well, if it took you even a fraction of the time it took me, I would say you could demand a heavy purse.
And who would be able to pay that? The butcher? The hunter? The cooks over at the inn? Dalimil is home to humble traders, not wealthy lords and ladies. Rule number 1 in any business, Sava: know your customers.
Yes, Forge Master.
This is just about passable. But only just. I'd say you're worth keeping around a little longer. Starting tomorrow, you'll have an anvil of your own.
I will. Thank you. I was wondering, what would you do if you were asked to forge a carving knife?
I'd do what I always do. Ask who it's for. If it was for the butcher, I'd make sure it holds an edge. For the hunter, I'd make it as tough as Titan. For the cook, light as a feather. And for the nobleman, I'd make it cost an absolute fortune.
Yeah, it really is know your customer, like you said.
There goes a master, all right.
It looks like congratulations are in order.
I couldn't have done it without you. So much for the Forge Master's riddle, though, eh? The spirit of Dalimil had nothing to do with limestone or anything much at all. Meaning, I had you run around for no good reason.
You've passed your test. That's all that matters. You'll have a forge of your own in no time.
And when I do, I'll craft you the finest carving knife you have ever seen.
I should hope so. I could do with a good knife to cut some apples. A goblin coin. Okay, so next quest.
The finest fabric!
The most fragrant herbs and spices.
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
Yeah, guys, I know.
Plates and pots! Bowls and basins. Everything I've worked for. All those years of toil. Every coin I've ever earned is tied up in this place.
Are you all right?
The baths are closed. Leave me be. On second thought, perhaps you are just what I need. Might your services be for hire?
That depends on the job.
I'd have you save my business, the baths. The water's turned scalding hot and all the crystals in Dalimil wouldn't be enough to cool it. I've no doubt that my woes stem from the water's source. But I can't go and investigate for fear of my customers thinking I've abandoned the place. I'm bound to these baths in more ways than one. I beg of you. Go to Dusnoff Terraces. Tell me what you find there.
Alright, then.
All right. I'll go and take a look.
Wonderful. It's not far. Leave the market by the south gate. The smell of sulfur will guide you the rest of the way. These baths are all that keep me from an ignoble end in a debtor's prison. My livelihood, my very life, is at stake.
I mean, we've been over there already, but okay. How much further away is it? Oh. All the way around there this time. Okay.
Hanging lanterns, keep the darkness from your door.
Keep the darkness from your door.
We should get going soon. Do you have water?
Okay, chocobo time. There you are, girl. I'm surprised anything is growing here.
What the hell are those things?
Bombs. That's what they are. You having that? Ooh, a nice little shack there. Whoop. Right, here we go then.
By the flames. That explains the heat.
Let's go with the aerial blast. Maybe we can draw several in over here. Maybe. Let's unleash the flames of rebirth. Doesn't feel right doing that on the bath bombs, but still.
Out of the frying pan.
New enemies?
Get him! This one.
Just want to make sure I don't get caught in... Oh!
Nice try.
In an explosion. He's got a crown.
Over here! Nice try. Over here!
Come on.
Over here!
So get up there. Get up there. Oh. Right as I get up there.
This one.
Ow. That's got you. That's got you. You're not done over there, Byron. There you go, mate. There you go. More AP, please.
Let's cool things down a bit. Let's hope it's enough to keep the baths from boiling.
You okay there, Torgal? You seemed quite upset by that. See about grabbing that. Desert roses. We'll go with the obelisk so we don't have to wander all the way around again.
This is
Well.
Is it true what I'm hearing?
the finest fabric.
Take a sniff, good sir. Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
Made from the stoutest. There he is. The man who's... I was hoping we'd be seeing you again. The baths grow more bearable by the moment. It won't be long now before we are back to business as usual.
I'm glad to hear it.
Now, tell me this. What did you find at the terraces? What threatened to make me a pauper?
Not what I expected, that's for certain.
Bombs. Frightful things.
You tell a fine story. That's not to say I don't believe you, though. Creatures made of flame, eh? That's something new to worry about. But I burdened you with my worries enough already. Here, a small something by way of thanks. Right. It's high time I got back to work. With a little luck, the day might yet be salvaged.
Oh, that was fairly simple, really. Job done. I do want... Ooh. Interesting. But I do want those APs, I really do. Right, so I'm going to use that as a place to end this part here. Wasp wax candles.
We
And...
should get going soon. Do you have water?
I have water, it's fine. We'll see you at the next part, further down this road as we actually head off towards the main story again at the Jaw. Oh my. So, we'll see you in the next part. Ta-da for now.